Flight Risk, an action thriller that takes place on an aeroplane. Mel Gibson directs, a director of Braveheart, Apocalypto, and Hacksaw Ridge. This is gonna be sweet. No. This film is complete and utter garbage, going from the shitty fucking script to the cringe-worthy dialogue to the awful, awful attempt at comedy in this movie. Like, Toby Grace, he's a great actor, but every line that comes out of this guy's mouth is a pun, a one-liner, or a joke that's supposed to be funny. I can tell you this much, I didn't laugh once. And Mark Wahlberg is tied up and unconscious for most of the movie, and somehow his face is all over the poster for this movie. He is barely in it. This is wasted talent from Mark Wahlberg. This is a paycheck movie to him. And just, this movie is just boring. Like, nothing happens. There's a lot of shots of the plane from the outside and the scenery, nothing happens. The dialogue is not interesting. The scenes that were supposed to be intense were not intense. And just the characters in this film are insufferable to be with, because you have your main character, right? Who, this is, a pretty, life or death situation here. And somehow she's on the phone talking to the guy who's trying to help them land, and they're flirting with each other. Like, oh, when am I going to take you out for dinner? When are we going to have sex? That's the type of dialogue that is in this movie. This feels like First Draft. It has to be First Draft. Like, it doesn't make sense to me in my mind. And this film has an opening scene that involves a deer. And the CGI just in this opening scene alone looks god fucking awful. Like, do you remember the scene in The Ring 2 where there were all the deers on the road? Or do you remember the agent, the Neoverse agent Smith fight in the Matrix sequels? Remember how bad that looked? Yeah, that is fucking gold era cinema compared to the CGI in this movie. Like, everything looks like it's filmed on the dirtiest green screen possible. And just, yeah, I was bored, and, these characters could have died in the first 5 minutes, and, I don't think I'd be complaining too much.